Let's do a quick mock with Leif. We'll go in order. Leif, Richard, Rafael, and then we don't have to snake. We'll just go every other. So Leif, the number one pick, the Orlando Magic. Who would you take here?
Me personally, or what I think they'll do?
What you think they should do?
Oh, I think I have a better idea what I think they'll do than I.
Okay, what do you think they're going to
No
do?
pressure on this, Leif.
I think they'll take Paolo and try to let Wendell Carter and Mo Bamba develop. I think I might just go with Chet though, because they've got redundant skill sets, but you might as well try to go for the best.
Richard, the number 2 pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder, now with Paolo off the board. Who would you take?
Yeah, I'm not even thinking twice. This is Chet Holmgren's dream spot.
Chet Holmgren's best spot is to go to the Thunder to develop with Poku. Him and Poku just get in the weight room every day, just put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
Yeah, I was expecting like 6 other guys before saying Poku, but yeah, with Poku works too.
So Chet Holmgren off the board, Paolo Banchero off the board, Rafael, number 3 for the Houston Rockets. Who are you taking?
Let's see who's left. Jabari Smith. Yeah, I mean, I saw a Rockets fan had a Twitter page called "Sorry for Jabari," and it looks like they got the guy that probably is the best fit for them, because I think they already have their cornerstone in Jalen Green. So I think Jabari would be the best fit.
Sorry for Jabari didn't work the first time. Why is it going to work this second time, guys?
Dude, I don't think there's an answer. It took me a second, but
remember Jabari Parker? That was the whole thing. It was Wiggins or Parker. It was like rigging for Wiggins or sorry for Jabari, and now here we are again.
This Jabari isn't injury prone. It's the good thing.
So that's the difference. Okay,
well,
top 3.
Jabari Parker wasn't at the same stage in his career either. So
it's true. I'll go with Jabari can play defense. This Jabari.
Jabari Smith can play defense. Leif, with the number 4 pick, the Sacramento Kings move all the way up. The top 3 guys that everybody knows are off the board. Who would you take here?
I'd take Jaden Ivey. I think you go with the best available. I don't think that, speaking of redundant skill sets, him and Fox are both blurs, but I think you go best available. I'd be curious if they took Shaedon Sharpe, though, but I'd go Ivey.
Jaden Ivey taken off the board. Another guard, like another point. Is this guy is another point guard off the board for the Kings? Like, we're okay with them taking a 4th guy, even though they traded one of them?
Yeah, could not be my franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like me and Leif talked about that, I think Ivey's best as a point, but I don't know if he is a point, and he would, like, if he goes to like a bad team where they can try him out as a point, I think that's the best fit for him. But the Kings are just, they're in another weird situation here. They may gamble with Shaedon Sharpe. I mean, they've been kind of playing it safe in past drafts, so they may gamble with Shaedon Sharpe at number 4.
What's the case for Shaedon Sharpe going to the Kings here?
Well, I mean, he provides wing scoring. I mean, I watched his pro day yesterday. I mean, he is a well-built teenager. I mean, he's strong. He's athletic. I mean, it looked like he was jumping off a trampoline. There were some concerns about his pro day. It didn't look like they had a lot of energy, and he did a lot of mid-post shots. But I mean, he is very intriguing. And I mean, it's a gamble in a sense, because I mean, he has as many rebounds, points, steals, blocks as all us dream combined this year in college basketball. So it's definitely risky. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm going with Ivy.
All right, we were on Richard for our mock draft here. The Pistons with the 5th pick. The top 3 guys are off the board. Ivy's off the board. Who are you taking with the Pistons?
I'm actually going to take the guy I thought that was going to go number 4, and that's Jalen Duren out of Memphis. I don't think it's any secret that Detroit wants a big man.
You're not scared off of so this is a big thing we can get into a little bit here. The centers left in the NBA playoffs right now. The Mavericks barely have any. Like, Dwight Powell plays 5 minutes.
He's not their center. Do not list him as a
He starts at center. The Warriors have Looney and Draymond, and Wiseman is like nowhere to be found. He's not going to play. Bam Adebayo for the Heat. What is he, like 6'9"? Rob Williams and Horford for the Celtics. Like, we're not scared off about these big guys.
Well, I would offer the fact that like his defense his upside is ridiculous. Like, he can guard multiple positions, and when you're able to guard multiple positions, a lot of the other things are you can hide that a lot better. I just think with the mobility, he doesn't need the jump shot to be that great. And the alternative for Detroit right now is Isaiah Stewart. Like, I think it's a no-brainer for me. You're taking Jalen Duren long-term over Isaiah Stewart. I mean, you're getting a massive upgrade at the big man position just in this pick alone.
Jalen Duren off the board. So, okay, Rafael with the number 6 pick, the Pacers. Now with the top 3 guys, Ivy and Jalen Duren off the board. Still got your guy Shaedon Sharpe. Still got some options here.
Yeah, you gotta go with Shaedon Sharpe here. It's I'm sure the Pacers probably would have loved to see Jaden Ivey fall. They were so close. I mean, he is somewhat of a local guy, but I mean, I would go with Shaedon Sharpe here.
Leif, the Portland Trailblazers, another team that's not really here very often. Who are we going with for the Blazers?
I'm going with AJ Griffin. I think AJ Griffin provides what the Blazers need. That's a shooter. He fits the Gary Trent Jr. mold of shoots the ball. You know who's going to have the ball for the Blazers. That's Damian Lillard. You have your big guy in Yusuf Nurkic. He spaces the floor. I think that Keegan Murray would have been a popular pick here, but he's more like a surefire, like you know what he's going to be right away. But I think AJ Griffin's got a higher ceiling than Keegan Murray. And I think the other option would have been Benedict Mathurin, but I think you go for the pure shooting AJ Griffin, who's got upside. The only risk with him is injury history.
Richard, next pick, the Pelicans. AJ Griffin off the board, Ivy off the board, Duren, Shaedon Sharpe off the board. Where do the Pelicans go?
Man, I thought for sure Keegan was going last pick, so I was preparing to take AJ Griffin. Man, you can't go wrong here. I think Keegan's kind of an awkward fit there, so I'm going to go with I'm going to just assume they go completely what happens next year, and that's Benedict Mathurin out of Arizona. I have him number 5. You look at 3-and-D, can be more than just a 3-and-D guy. He has a lot of room to grow as a playmaker, and I think it's realistic. He's an ideal wing, and it fits what's happening in New Orleans.
The Wizards, Rafael, the next pick. Ed Oliver in our live stream was like, the Wizards always get the 9th pick. Well, this year they got 10. Who have they taken with 10?
I would go with Johnny Davis. I mean, I think that he is an insurance policy just in case Bradley Beal decides to leave the nation. And I mean, they're in for a rebuild, but look at a point guard here. But I would go with Johnny Davis.
Interesting pick. A couple more here. We're just gonna do the lottery here. So the Knicks, Leaf, with the 11th pick. Who should the Knicks start looking at?
Oh man, I didn't want this one. This is the one I was kind of dreading.
What do the Knicks need? Like, what do we feel like the Knicks needs, or they just need to go best?
Yeah,
overall?
I think I would go with Blake Wesley from Notre Dame. I think this is a high potential pick. I'm not sure it fits the MO of the Knicks front office, but I think he's high potential. He's got electric speed, gets to the rim. He's big. He's strong. It reminds me of the Josh Primo pick from a year ago, where you get a guy, you store him, and then he can become your franchise player. And he could if he were to come back. Not that he's going to go back to Notre Dame, but the point would be if he were, he'd be a top 5 pick the following year. I'm going Blake Wesley. I was dreading this pick though, so I'm not like 100% sold because I don't think it fits what the Knicks would do, but I think that's the best pick they could make in my opinion.
Anyone disagree or would have gone a different way? Blake Wesley, I'm not sure he's up in the top like 10, 15 on some draft.
Not yet. I personally would have gone with Branham.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have Wesley mocked to the Knicks, and maybe it's a little recency bias since I spent some time with him. Great kid, but I mean, just watching him live last week, I'm high on his upside. I think he could be a cross between Tyrese Maxey and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, so a really speedy long guy.
Yeah, I mean, he has a long wingspan, creates off the dribble, and I mean, just he has this. I mean, I kind of know Tyrese a little bit, but they're similar in a sense. Like there's this competitive drive that I think is similar, and I think with his work ethic, he's definitely going to be someone that probably outplays his draft position.
Richard, the Oklahoma City Thunder, their 2nd pick. You picked their first one. How did that work out? That we just had you got their next one.
I thought it was a dream. Yeah, I don't know what kind of conspiracy this was to get me there, but I've been on Locked on Thunder about 39 times, so that's I think I'm the most experienced one for this. That being said, I have no idea what to do here, so I'm gonna do what Sam Presti probably will do, and I'm gonna say he's gonna take Jeremy Sohan from Baylor.
So They take Chet Holmgren with their first pick in this draft, number 2, and they're taking Jeremy Sohan. What are they getting with that combo?
A lot of defense. A lot of defense. They're already making that identity. I mean, something a lot of people don't know is just how good the Thunder were at defense this year, despite being a high-level lottery team, or that way a bad team. They were actually pretty good on defense. And, Nick, I know you saw it a lot. I mean, the Mavs were victims of some of that defense at times.
True.
Their defensive identity, they're really building upon that in this draft.
2 more picks. Rafael, the Hornets. They need some bigs. They need some depth at big for sure. But where are you feeling them going with the 13th pick?
Yeah, I think Mark Williams is the best fit there. But it's kind of crazy because the Hornets want to be a playoff team next year, and Mark Williams probably helps them get to the playoffs. But can he play during the playoffs, as we've talked about before? But, I mean, I think he's a perfect vertical lob threat for LaMelo Ball. He provides rim protection, doesn't miss around the rim, and so he gives the Hornets this athletic, running mate for LaMelo Ball.
Last pick, Leif Thulin. The Cleveland Cavaliers get the 14th pick. No lottery luck. No bow tie. no bow tie guy today. Who are the Cavs taking with 14th pick?
They really wanted 14-1. They lost their David Griffin luck. I think the best player available is Dyson Daniels. They don't really need a playmaker.
Their injuries last year said that they probably did need one. As soon as Rubio went out, it was like in the playoffs, Rubio, like nobody else.
That was the question. I wondered if Rubio re-signs. If Rubio re-signs, then that they don't play Dyson Daniels. I'm going to assume, for the sake of assumption, that it won't change, and then I'm going with the best fit, and I'm going to Ochai Agbaji.
Ooh, what are they getting in that?
He's a great shooter, a good athlete. He's won at the highest level. He just won the championship and was the best player on that team, both in the big games and throughout the season. He's older, but he developed late. He was a walk-on, forced into playing, impressed people, and steadily developed. I think he's the Chris Duarte of this draft.
Richard, you sent that in our private chat here. You really wanted them to pick Ochai. Why are you submitting him?
Get that team some more shooters, please. I love Isaac Okoro and all the other guys that can't shoot, but they can't shoot. Like, they need shooters badly. Get that team shooters, and Ochai's the best shooter probably outside of Jabari Smith in the lottery.
There you go.
AJ Griffin and Benedict Mathurin.
Hey, he was elite at Kansas. I think year 1 he's going to be probably the best of the 3 of those.